Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another video for you guys. Some interesting news has just dropped in terms of Disney shifting around dates and films and all that kind of stuff in terms of their 2021 slate. So Variety is reporting Black Widow, Cruella to debut on Disney Plus and in theaters as Disney shifts dates for 7 films. This is pretty significant in terms of Black Widow and Cruella because before it was heavily reported that they may end up going same day and date to theaters and on Disney Plus as Raya the Last Dragon was earlier this year. I overall enjoyed that film. And so it's been rumored for a while. Is Black Widow going to do the same thing? The first official film in terms of Phase 4 of the MCU? Well, it is now official. Black Widow, like I said, and Cruella are moving to Disney Plus. Same day and date as theaters. So they're still heading to theaters, but they'll be on Disney Plus for that $30 Premier Access rental fee. But they call it a rental fee, but you own the film after you buy it. Like, you don't rent it for $30 and then you lose access at a certain point. You keep it. So here's what the Variety article says here. So notably, Black Widow and Cruella will now premiere on Disney Plus at the same time they open in theaters. Cruella is arriving as scheduled on May 28th, so that film did not move. While Black Widow has been pushed back 2 months, don't know why that is, but okay, will debut on July 9th instead of May 7th. Both titles will be offered on Premier Access, $30. So there's that. They also did some other moves as well. In terms of other films like Luca, Pixar's Luca, apparently that's strictly going to Disney Plus. Like, that is not going to theaters at all, which is interesting, okay, but they're just pushing it to, and they're saying at no extra cost, so that's just going to be a film they just drop as a Disney Plus new project. Despite the massive shift to streaming, Disney doesn't plan to entirely ditch theaters. Numerous smaller titles, most those inherited from 20th Century Fox, well, they say 20th Century because they changed the name, have been postponed but will bow slowly on the big screen, including Free Guy, August 13th, The King's Man, December 22nd, Deepwater, January 14th, 2022, and Death on the Nile, February 11th, 2022. That's going to be interesting what they do with that because with the whole situation with Armie Hammer right now. But, so yeah, this is very significant in terms of that. I mean, they also moved Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings as well. They moved back to September 3rd, I believe. Let me see here. Yes, September 3rd. So they pushed that back. Now, the big question here is Kevin Feige happy with this decision? Because Kevin Feige, I think, was been interviewed in the past, and he was really adamant about trying to stick with that theatrical release and no Disney Plus same day and date. But I'm curious about the numbers of Raya and the Last Dragon, because that was the last film that they did same day and date for theaters, and I don't remember any numbers coming out about, you know, how successful Raya and the Last Dragon was on Disney Plus. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure about the theatrical run either of that film. But maybe it is successful in a sense. I don't know. But also the fact that they're pushing back titles that they, you know, acquired through buying out 20th Century Fox, pushing those back and no announcement of same day and date or whatever on anything. Oh, I mean, Free Guy, that may be a Disney Plus thing. I don't know, because there's certain content they're not putting on Disney Plus at all. But I don't know, maybe this will be still good for them. I'm not really sure. And there's, of course, no word on Shang-Chi if that's going to be getting a same day and date in terms of Disney Plus in theaters. They're just saying they're just moving it back to September 3rd. And it's expected to have a traditional theatrical release. So we'll see. I'm guessing that the talent involved in terms of these films that they're doing same day and date in terms of theaters and Disney Plus are being notified, and they probably have to sign off on some certain things. I'm not really sure, because, I mean, that goes against the contracts they had signed about it being a theatrical release, and now they're doing the same day and date. So there had to be some contracts involved to get this all sorted out. What's most interesting, too, about the Black Widow and Cruella, which I think is good in terms of if you are wanting to see those films and theaters don't open your area, or maybe you're just still kind of cautious, you can still watch these films on the service. $30, I get it, but if you have a full family, you're spending way less money purchasing that film on Disney Plus for $30 versus buying all the tickets and buying all the concession stand stuff, which just racks up all that money. That's a huge, you know, night out there. So it is cheaper if you have a family. And so $30 versus like $50, $60 or whatever when you buy all the tickets and people drinks and snacks and popcorn, it all adds up. But what's interesting, what I was getting to, Pixar's Luca. So that's just going strictly to Disney Plus. Like, that's not even getting a theatrical release at all. That's interesting. I know Disney Plus, like, you know, in terms of them wanting to add more content, Disney does. They're wanting to keep adding stuff to that service in terms of new original stuff to keep people who've signed on to kind of hold over for other stuff. So I'm curious that they're putting Pixar's next film strictly just on there without a theatrical release at all, like not even giving it a chance to go theatrical. That's interesting, but okay. I'm not really sure. But the big thing here was Black Widow and Cruella. Most notably for me, Black Widow, because that looks to be a very big film in terms of, even though it is, of course, covering a character who died in Endgame, and this is a, a prequel film, this is supposed to set up a lot of things in terms of Phase 4, in terms of certain characters being introduced, certain storylines that will carry on into, post-Endgame, so we'll have to wait and see on what, I'm curious why they pushed it back, too, because it could have came out in its traditional, launch of May, but they moved it back, so we're not really sure on that. But anyway, so what do you guys think of this information? Are you excited to see Black Widow? Are you going to go see it in theaters or see it on Disney+? What about Cruella? What about that? What do you think of the move of Shang-Chi and the fact that Pixar's Luca is going strictly to Disney+, no theatrical experience at all for that film? Whatever thoughts you have about this big move here from Disney, whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comment section below, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.